If you're a profitable trader and you've thought to yourself, why am I only managing my own capital? Then this video is for you. Today we're going to break down how to transition from trader to US fund manager legally, properly, and positioned to scale. Hey, it's Frank Nagy. Welcome to my channel where we help financial entrepreneurs grow their business in the financial market. If you're new here, subscribe to my channel and hit that like button. There's a big difference between trading your own account and managing outside investor capital. Running a hedge fund isn't just about performance, it's about structure, compliance, and credibility. So let's walk through the real roadmap. Step 1, decide your structure. Most US hedge funds use two entity structures, a limited partnership or LP, and this is where the fund is set up and takes on investor capital, and a management company, which could be your GP, which is your LLC. This is your manager. The management company earns fee income on a 2%, 20% basis, which is 2% management fee assets under management and 20% performance fee on the profits. This structure creates a legal separation between the fund assets and your operating business. Most funds are formed in business-friendly states like Delaware or Wyoming. I prefer Delaware because that's where I set up all my hedge funds. Step 2, understanding securities laws. Here's where many traders get tripped up. The moment you take outside capital, you're dealing and exposing yourself to federal securities regulations. Most startup hedge funds rely on Regulation D, specifically Rule 506B or 506C. This allows you to raise capital from accredited investors without registering the fund publicly. Oversight primarily comes from the SEC or your state regulators. If you manage over $100 million, you'll generally register with the SEC, and below that threshold, registration is usually at the state level. Compliance is not optional, and this is where hiring a securities attorney along with your consultant and not Google. Hiring experienced hedge fund consultant like Frank Nagy Financial Services will greatly reduce the burden of setting up your hedge fund. A good consultant will make the appropriate introductions with fund managers, administrators, auditors, attorneys, and banks that will help your fund grow. Step 3, service providers matter. To be taken seriously, you need infrastructure. At a minimum, a fund attorney, a fund administrator, a prime broker, a CPA, and of course, your consultant. Your fund administrator handles the NAV, or the net asset value calculations, investor statements, capital accounts, and KYC, just to name a few. And this creates transparency, which builds investor trust. Step 4, track record and capital raising. If you're a retail trading, you need to have a verifiable track record. Investors will ask, how long have you been trading and what's your max drawdown? What's your risk management process? You can seed your own fund with your own capital, which I always recommend, and this permits you to have skin in the game. And this gives your investors a bit of comfort knowing that. Also, bring a small group of accredited investors that you may know and friends and family to start with. Remember, running a hedge fund is part trading and part investor relations. You are now in the business of managing expectations. Step 5, think like a business owner. This is the biggest shift. As a trader, your focus is on entry and exit trades. As a fund manager, your focus is on risk controls, reporting, compliance, communication, and scaling responsibility. You're building an asset management company, not just placing trades. Transitioning from trader to hedge fund manager is absolutely doable, but it must be done correctly and proficiently. The right structure, the right legal framework, and the right service providers. If you're serious about launching your own US hedge fund, start with the foundation and not the marketing. Hey, if you would like to learn more about Frank Nagy Financial Services and how we can help you set up your hedge fund or offshore broker-dealer, click on the links below in the description box.